I don't remember a whole lot about this game, but I do remember that this intro was more impressive than the actual game itself. Oh my god, Nancy's wearing pants now! Hello friends, on this most auspicious day, I am here, as you can see, about to play Midnight in Salem. I have not played Midnight in Salem since I originally played it back in the day when it first released in 2019. What a time that was. So I thought it was about time I revisited it, just to see if my feelings on it have changed, how it holds up today, how I feel about it in this day and age, as we are in this purgatory that Her Interactive has put us in, waiting to see if there will be another game, or if they will inevitably close sooner rather than later. I hope you are brave enough to join me on this adventure and go back to Salem yourselves. Because I don't know where I got this impression, but from my understanding, a lot of the fans don't like this game. I don't know why that would be. I guess we'll find out. Does the difficulty really make that much a difference in this game? I gotta ask. I feel like the puzzles, when you actually get to the puzzles, they're so obscure that it doesn't matter if I'm playing on amateur. I still wouldn't understand it either way.
Dear Ned, Austria has been
wonderful. Oh, the voice
so
actress, the new voice
Dad
actress.
He wants me to get an old relic while I'm here.
I think they should have hired me.
Book of Apologies.
I think I could put
Back
some
to the
pop into
17th
Nancy's
century
personality.
Salem.
I'll be going to Musham Castle to retrieve it before I head back to the States.
That should be haunted. So I'm
Looking
expecting
forward to
some
seeing
good
you,
scares
Ned.
and mystery. Ever yours, Nancy.
I do remember this opening being,
Feels like ages
for lack of a
since
better
my last
word,
adventure.
bad. It does feel like ages,
So,
Nancy.
Are you coming in?
That's alright, Miss Drew.
That's alright, Miss Drew. They didn't want to animate my character, so I'll stay outside.
Warm and inviting in
Just be
here.
a voice.
Yes, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. All of Judge Sewell's effects are there, just as your father requested. Although, I will tell you, as I told him, the desk is locked.
No locked desk is a match for Nancy Drew.
I will gladly stay to answer any questions you have. From the other side of this door. I recommend opening the window for some light. There's no electricity here. Well, in that room at least.
Oh, I turned the tutorials on, just in case. Let's see how the controls feel with the distance of, God, is it 3 years now? Let's see. Wow!
Much better. What a wonderful view.
What a wonderful view. I feel like now is a good time to mention I have the graphics settings on high. Look at that view though. The turns feel so abrupt. Like what's the rush, Nancy? Oh god, and the right click to examine. I'm not sure about that
Judge
either.
Sewell was a pious man.
Yes, he believed in the healing powers of the good book. Of course, the Bible was also used to justify executing people.
Depends on who's reading it. It's often misinterpreted. Give ear to my prayer, O God, and hide not yourself from my plea for mercy. Sounds like a man full of
Oh, is she
regret.
reading it? Oh, she is. I was like, what? Is she just quoting the Bible? Wow, I never knew Nancy was so religious. Like, I mean, I should have expected it, knowing the type of conservative white gal from a small town she is, but my goodness, this game is taking Nancy to new places already. God have mercy. Woo! You know, some people say Midnight in Salem was bad, but you can't do this in Treasure in the Royal Tower. No, sir.
Malleus Maleficarum. Wow. The hammer of witches itself. Gives me chills knowing what it did.
Yes, indeed. A how-to guide for hammering out witchcraft.
They expect me to read this? No. No, let's check out Nancy's phone. Checklist, find Book of Apologies. Nancy's really a modern gal now. She's got a smartphone. Oh, messages from Daddy Drew. Hello, Nancy. As I mentioned on the phone, my old acquaintance in Salem asked me for a favor. Since you're already in the air, it'd be great if you could help. Nancy's in Austria right now. Huh? Oh, the favor isn't in Salem itself. No worries, I love me a good castle. You know, at least they got that characterization right about Nancy. Still, I apologize for interrupting your vacation. I understand, don't mention it. It's fun, really. I mean, you should know this about your daughter, Carson. That she loves mysteries and intrigue. Great, let me know when you've met Dr. Hurst. The book should hopefully be stored somewhere within Moosham. What kind of name is Moosham? Will do. Talk to you later. Take care, Nance. See what I mean? I could be voice acting. Okay, messages from Ned. Of course Ned is such a dry texter. Hi, Nance. How's it going? I can't believe I gave Ned the same voice as Nancy's dad. Am I just giving Nancy daddy issues? Oh, no. Hey, Ned, everything is great. Austria has some wonderful views and the people are so nice. How are you? See, Nancy's like actually filling in details and he's like, I'm good. Still on vacation. Give us some juicy deets, Ned. It says dry as my lips when I don't use chapstick for a few hours. Gonna go hang out with a few friends tonight. We'll see about that. Miss you. Miss you too, Nance. We'll have to catch up more later. The bus is here. Also, why does he not use punctuation? I do like, though, that this kind of depicts actual people texting. Like, they wouldn't capitalize every word. They wouldn't put punctuation. But it kind of surprises me that Ned would not do that. Because Ned seems like, Nancy's quite formal. And I feel like Ned is also kind of like that. Like, look at Nancy typing in full sentences. Who is she? Okay, enough psychoanalyzing text messages. I guess I'll just continue to try to find the Book of Apologies.
An old chest, but it won't open.
I think you mean it's locked. Okay, wait, what are we doing again? Oh, there we go.
Sewell's desk.
Yes,
Is it?
Yes. That desk is where he spent most of his time working when he wasn't in court. Custom made. If the Book of Apologies does exist, he would have written it at that desk.
And what's inside?
Sorry, I'm just fascinated by these chains.
Didn't tell you?
Why?
It was a ledger containing all the names of the accused witches from the Salem witch trial.
Why is it in
Judge
Austria?
Sewell had doubts about his convictions, and he wrote the book as a means to make amends.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly. I don't believe that for a moment, says Nancy. Oh! I was just gonna examine this nice wood carving and I solved a puzzle. How nice. What's this?
I found a letter.
Oh my god, there's so much just sitting still
What does it say?
and talking at the start of this game. And it's like even worse because you don't actually get to see Dr. Elizabeth Hurst. Like, you're just sitting here. This is the thrilling opening to your game.
For her forgiveness and for God's.
Okay, you summed that up. I don't need to read it. I got Nancy's spark notes on that letter. What does it mean?
Locked.
Locked? No, I unlocked it!
Locked.
It's locked. Or did I just... wait, hold on. No, maybe I just opened it. Oh, is there like a clue in the note? I was like, oh, look for a clue in that. And then I still didn't read it. Ooh, what's that? What is it? What is it? What? Oh, found key! Hold right... oh, God. How did they manage to make their games even less intuitive than this one? Like, I've been playing the Nancys with my brother, who has never played them before, and he keeps complaining about the controls, and it's like, you wouldn't complain if you'd played Midnight in Salem, my friend.
What a clever desk. It even comes with a labyrinth.
What a clever desk. You won't find that at IKEA. Oh. Oh, I wonder how difficult this puzzle would be on senior level difficulty.
Easy.
That's right, Nancy. It was easy. We're playing on amateur detective. That's why.
I found it. It's here.
What? Really?
And just like that.
It's locked behind some sort of cage.
Book
though.
prison!
The lock says A-W.
Aww.
Any ideas?
A-W?
Sorry, that's
No.
it was just such
But
low-hanging
I have some
fruit.
tools in the shop that might be able to cut it free. In my shop. I'll go. Meet me there.
Where is that? Hey, wait for me. The book of
Thanks,
apologies.
Elizabeth. Am I gonna
It's
take it?
locked. The book of
I'm not
apologies.
even gonna take
It's
it.
locked.
It's locked. What's my I don't have anything to do now. I'll just try leaving.
Nancy! This way!
Where is that? Dr. Hurst?
The way the screen is blurred made it seem like Nancy
Drew,
was drugged or something.
Can I call you
Deirdre.
back? I'm in the middle of...
listen, I know we haven't exactly been besties in the past, but I'm in the middle of something big, and
Deirdre, I have to call you back.
Wait, don't hang up on me!
Oh,
Elizabeth? Elizabeth!
Deirdre, I love you.
Hey, what are you doing?
That's me whenever I get a new book.
What? The book! They took the book!
Oh, Lord. Oh, okay. It's just the fade to black.
Stop!
It's just,
Stop
you know, it'd be
running.
way more immersive if I could actually chase them without fade to black. Oh my god. This is a game where you really get some exercise for your index finger.
Gotta move slowly.
Hello?
Come on.
Oh,
No!
magic. Oh, they were eating some Campbell's soup. Some hearty, chunky stew.
Gotta figure out which way they went. Must be a clue here.
I think the clue is the Campbell's soup
This
tin.
canister looks to
Oh.
have been used as a homemade smoke bomb.
I was like some delicious chicken noodle. They were just having a snack. Thieving is thirsty work, you know? Vienna to Boston. Interesting. First class, so they must be rich. That is actually useful information. I keep forgetting it's right click to rotate. It really should be hold left click. I don't know, that makes more sense to me.
A-W.
Oh,
Death.
is that not the key that I had before? Okay, well I think that's enough.
Yes, Deirdre. What is it?
You know where I am right now? Salem.
Salem. As in, witch trial Salem?
Obvi.
No, Nancy, as in shopping mall Salem. I don't know
Got
anything.
into some trouble here, and I
Oh,
thought I
Salem.
could help her out. But it turns out this situation is much more complicated than I anticipated. So now I'm calling you to ask for some guidance.
You want my help?
Ugh, yes, don't make this more painful. I could use your professional opinion, okay?
Well,
She
it
said
so
she can
happens that the
use me.
case
She
I'm
needs
on
me.
is
Deirdre
connected to
needs me.
Boston, which is just nearby Salem. And I was never a big believer in coincidences.
Oh, are you sure?
I'd love to.
Seriously?
I thought I had
Okay,
reached a dead end. but
I don't want to like. I
I'd have
don't
to go to
want to hate on the
Massachusetts anyway.
new voice
In any
actress
case,
just 'cause she's
a
not
fresh perspective would do me good.
Lonnie Manella, but
Already
I
annoying me, and you're
don't
not
think
going
she's
to
an
do that.
exceptional voice actress.
You're
I think it's a
welcome.
hard
I think it might even
like
be
shoes
fun.
to fill because people
So the worst
loved
idea
Lonnie
I've
Manella
ever
so
had.
much. Nancy Drew is such an iconic character to begin with, but I honestly like, and I was open to being won over, but she doesn't win me over. I don't know. That's just
Coming here, Drew.
I don't know. It's
I'm
not
surprised you didn't give
exceptional
me
voice
mine when
acting
we
to
were at the
me.
airport.
Might have crossed my mind. Keep the excessive cheeriness under control, and we'll be fine.
No promise.
So stylish,
Where
Deirdre.
were you,
I have
by
a
the
blazer like that. I could be matching
Did I
Deirdre right
interrupt
now.
a vacation with Ned?
Didn't you bring me here to help with a
No,
case?
Ned's on vacation on his
I
own.
did. And that's
On
it.
his own. Look at all those graphics.
Happened in the middle
Oh
of
god.
the night.
It's so depressing that this looks like PlayStation 3 era, maybe even PlayStation
But the
2
person who
era
lived there had to move
sometimes.
out. Just so we're clear, this is my case. I know you're a detective and everything.
Why is
But
the
this is
camera
personal.
angle
It's
changing?
family.
Aren't I supposed to be
Well,
playing as Nancy
extended,
talking to
and
her?
from my father's side. But whatever, that's not the point. It's personal. You take my lead, okay?
Deidre's a top.
Course.
But
Well, I have done this a couple of times, Deirdre. And in my experience,
What is that?
we can cover twice as much ground if we work side by side.
Maybe I shouldn't be concentrating on the tiny
respect
details, like,
your
what's
experience
hanging on
and
your
whatever,
rear view
but
mirror?
family trumps experience.
It's important
It's
story
sensitive, and I
happening.
don't want you messing it up by being too
what?
you. You're a question machine. This requires gentle handling.
Oh, I can gently handle you, Deirdre.
And what's been your approach?
Well, like I say, I need help.
So, can I ask some questions?
Like anyone could stop you.
Why don't we start with your extended family?
They're cousins. The Perrys. P-A-R-R-Y.
It's a good thing
Oh,
Deirdre knows
I
how
can
to
do
spell.
Yes. Tegan is the older one. May is younger. They had
Deirdre,
physical
hands at
conflict
10 and 2, please.
And now May is suspected of
Nancy would
committing
totally
arson
be a
on
backseat
the most
driver. She would
important
stop
historic
at every
mansion in Salem.
orange light to indicate
know
even
it's
when
not
there's no
true.
one
I
around.
know it.
Never run a stop sign.
What can you tell me about May?
She has a reputation as a troublemaker. Seems like a loner to me. Maybe a bit odd at times. Sometimes she can even sense things before they happen.
She's albino.
I don't know. Troubled teen stuff. Difficult time as a kid.
I think Deirdre's voice
Oddest
actress
thing
is really good,
she
actually.
won't give an alibi.
That would be seen as suspicious.
I think
That's
my
the
problem with
problem.
Nancy's voice actress,
Everyone is
like
so
Lonnie Manella's
suspicious
voice
of
is
her.
so distinct, right?
Prejudice, I guess.
Whereas the new
Because
voice
of-
actress for Nancy, I forget her name, I'm so sorry.
Sounds like we should talk to her soon.
Her voice
Where do you
doesn't
think we're
have
going?
the same distinctness. Like, if I heard her voice, I wouldn't be able to pick it out of a crowd, you know? And I think for, like, a main character, especially, whose face you never see, it's important to have a really distinct voice. Like, we knew Nancy based on her voice when Lonnie Manella was doing it. And now it's like, I've not really got anything to anchor me to Nancy because her voice kind of sounds like any other gal on the street. No offense, Nancy. No offense to the voice actress. Like, I know she's probably, like, trying her best. And I want to clarify, I'm not hating on her just because of her not being Lonnie Manella. Like, I know there are issues with Lonnie Manella, and that's partly why Her Interactive fired her. So, I don't know. I want to like her, but it's just, like, it's hard. It's hard.
What does Tegan think about this?
She's worried about May, obviously. Tegan isn't like May. She's upstanding.
One more question. What can you
Also,
tell
I
me
don't
about
like
the
how in
historic
this one,
mansion?
like in older Nancy
Called
games,
the
you'd
Halfway
have
House.
2 dialogue options that, like, they were basically, like, amounted to the same question, just
yeah.
phrased a bit
A lot
differently.
of
And this one, it's like, I
But one that-
answer, or I ask the same
That's kind of why
question,
you're here.
I only have, like, one option. So, like, why is there even
Halfway House.
dialogue options if I don't get to decide how to phrase them? Like, they don't make that much of an impact on the story. It's more like how you want to portray Nancy.
What do you mean, haunted?
Exactly that.
Oh my
There's
god, she's
ghosts.
walking!
Yeah.
She's
I
walking!
don't
This
believe it
isn't a
even through.
drill! Nancy
But
Drew character's
I can't
walking!
explain it. Everyone seems to think they exist. With so many sightings, even if it isn't real ghosts, something is definitely going on. I thought that maybe you can disprove
What
it.
happened to this being your case?
So, would you please get out of my car and come inside?
I want to say before we go any further, this game is really good if you just
If
view
we're
it
going to work,
as an enemies to
outside,
lovers romance
better
between
learn to
Deirdre
keep
and
up with
Nancy.
me.
It is impeccable, full of flavor if you view it like
You
that.
must be Nancy. Thank you so much for coming.
You'll see.
You know, you live in the same neighborhood for 20 years, and you'd expect your neighbors to be a little more understanding when your family is falsely accused of a horrific crime. Oh, I'm sorry. How are you, Deirdre?
What's this
I'm
tension
good,
between
hey.
them I'm sensing?
Tegan Perry, Welcome to my home. Well, our home.
Tegan
Although right now my
Barry
parents are
just
literally on
T-posing
safari
in my
Namibia, so
hallway.
while their daughter is being convicted of a crime she didn't commit, I'm taking care of things around here.
That's better. Put those arms down. No one stands like this.
A very
Except
expensive
video
courier
game
is tracking them
characters.
Down in the bush. Top notch. I found him on the internet. Deirdre tells me you'll be assisting her in clearing my sister's name.
Assisting? Yeah.
She's innocent. I don't know why she won't help herself. She's got a difficult reputation. Well, you know, Deirdre, what people here can be like. She doesn't trust easily, not since... I'm sorry, are you hungry? There's clam chowder, homemade. A little
Are you
anyway.
Jenna
I bet
Devlin?
they guessed that Nancy. Deirdre, sorry, you're bunking with May. Make yourselves at home. Oh, I almost forgot. After you girls get comfortable, you two should swing by the museum. Might as well take in some history while you're here, right?
Oh, I'm here to, you know, acquit your sister of a horrible crime. Exactly what you said, like, quote, word for word, you said horrible crime, but you know, why not just have fun, do a few extracurricular activities and day trips, you know, go out, have a holiday, make this a whole
Before you
vacation.
go, do you have time for a quick question?
Nancy, we just got here.
Yeah, no better
Sorry,
time than the
I know you're in a
present.
rush. It would really help.
Of course. I have time for one question.
One
Little help.
question, one single question.
What can you tell me about where the fire happened?
What have you heard about it? Look, I appreciate you want help, but I don't want you dragging all that up and upsetting May.
Aren't I
You
here
told
to
me she'd
acquit
be able to
May
reach
of
her.
the
That's not
crime?
That's not what Nancy is asking about.
I'm
See,
sorry
Deirdre
if I
knows
wasn't
me so
clear.
well.
I just thought since the Hathorn House is important to the town, you must know about it. Through the museum.
Oh, I'm so sorry. The Hathorn House fire.
Wait,
Yes,
what
John
other
Hathorn was one
fire
of Salem's
is
founders.
there? To
His
be
large
fair,
house
I've been
estate was
talking
the
a lot
oldest
and not really paying
surviving structure
attention.
from
I'm
17th
thinking a
century
lot about
Salem.
Deirdre.
Oh, is that all?
And her
That
bisexual
was two
haircut, look at
questions.
that.
I said one. But
Do you want me
yes,
to help you or
I
not,
was also
Tegan?
the big-time judge that presided over the Salem witch trials.
Is there some other fire I need to know about?
No. May's accident was in a fire. I just don't want her getting upset with unnecessary questions about things long over.
I understand.
You can read all about Judge Hathorn when you come to the museum later. Gotta run.
Fade to black. Whoop! Nancy's wearing Heelys.
You jerk. Tegan said you've been in town for days, but you haven't come by.
I know. I had to check in with your case at the, Look, I didn't want to bother you. How you holding up?
I've been accused of worse.
No, you haven't.
Hey, at least I got you to get off your butt and finally visit me.
This could be difficult. Any advice?
Flirt.
Do better? I'll be in the kitchen.
Every woman in this game is gay. I'm picking up all the vibes. It's my gaydar. Okay, what's our task right now? Talk to Tegan, talk to the judge. Oh, for a second I was like, what? Because I was thinking about the other judge who is dead and has been dead for a long time. Unless he's like an immortal vampire. That would be pretty sick.
Are you ready?
What were you actually doing before you picked me up from the airport?
Okay, she
What do
picked
you
Nancy
mean?
up from the
You gave
airport.
May a non-answer
That's so
when she asked
cute.
why it took you so long to stop
Maybe
by.
I have like,
A non-answer?
I don't know, low standards.
because I went
I'm
to
just
the
like, oh
police
my
station.
god. She
And-
picked her up from the
and
airport.
they're
It's
still
so
going through the
cute.
evidence.
I wish
And
I had a
when they
girlfriend to
found
pick
out
up
I
from
was
the
May's cousin,
airport.
they started laughing.
So they think she did it.
Everyone does. So, I went to check out the Hathorn house myself. But I never went inside.
The ghost?
What? No. There was some weirdo there who told me the ghost was going to steal my soul.
Wow, sounds like the customers who come into
And then I
my
found out
work.
that
Gotta
anything
love
at all.
customer
They told me
service.
there's a Judge Danforth in town, and he's going over the particulars of the Hathorn house estate. I found his office, but he kinda never let me enter his office. Believe me, I tried.
I know him. Not well, but enough to get through his door.
I
and
don't
have
like
a
okay,
conversation.
this is just another thing. Like, I don't really like how the subtitles
Sure.
are moving.
Who
They're
could
kind
gain
of
something by
speedy.
burning down a house? Insurance claim,
I don't
maybe?
get it. Oh, I was meaning to look around, but I wanted to
Motive
talk
and
to
opportunity.
Deirdre.
We need to start interviewing. See if anyone checks off those 3 boxes.
And in your experience?
It's usually something much more personal. This tour sounds interesting.
Don't tell Tegan that's your plan.
It'll give us a good overview of the town.
You mean I want to meet the real witch of Salem?
Yeah, I do. She might know something. I wonder why Tegan doesn't like her.
You don't have to investigate everything, Drew.
Tegan's probably Christian. She
Olivia
thinks
steals
that
Tegan's visitors.
Harry Potter is the devil's book,
You really want to do the dumb tour?
which in a way
have to
it
come with me.
is,
Side by side?
considering
Gotta
who
be
wrote
honest,
it.
It does sound more fun than the museum.
There's definitely a way you can light the candles, I remember. Oh, Coco Gringo! Let me look at the Coco Gringo! I do think that their design for the environments, like the house, it feels a lot more like, I don't know, contemporary and real. Although I kind of like the more stylized, like, environments they've designed in the past. Oh wait, no, I just wanted to look at that koala! I just wanted to look at the koala drawing. God, these controls really are bad. How is that going up the stairs? Okay. Whoop! Hello, I'm right in your business.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah?
Do you mind if I look around the house?
Ugh, you're so weird. I'm done talking, okay?
What? You're so weird. Wanting to look around my house? God. Also, who uses a phone like that? Why are her fingers up so high? Like, what is she doing? Like, you know, when you're texting, the keyboard's usually down here, right? What? Does she just have a different... You know what? It's not worth the time.
Deirdre's convertible. Looks strikingly familiar.
Okay, I thought I was looking at the plant. I can't even see Deirdre's convertible, but that's interesting that it looks familiar. Why do they have a framed picture of Audrey Hepburn? Are they related to Audrey Hepburn?
Now that's handy. Never know when a bit of stubborn iron oxide will get in the way of investigating.
Okay, found rust be gone. What a delight. Okay, I changed because I wanted to look more like the bae, Deirdre. Deirdre, we match. It's cute, matching girlfriend outfits.
Are you ready?
The neighborhood looks peaceful from up here.
It sure looks like something.
Huh?
Huh? That's the new I kind of prefer Okay, can I... What's this note?
Huh.
Tegan's photo. Let's examine. Coven.
What does this mean?
What does this mean?
What does this mean?
They're in a cute lesbian witch coven. That's what it means? That's aspirational. I want that. I want to be in a cute
Good
witch
night's
coven.
rest improves memory retention. But it's too early for bed.
Of course, Nancy says things like that. God, I must not sleep well. I have terrible memory retention. Let's go, bitch. Oh, the iconic phone call.
Hi.
Nance, how have you been? Thanks for finally picking up.
Sorry. I've been on a flight.
Busy on another case, huh? You know, you should really enjoy yourself more, Nance. Life's too short to be working
Was that
all the time.
the Phantom of Venice
Work for
music?
me.
I heard
Fun.
the siren.
Crime doesn't take a vacation.
Imagine Ned doing
Speaking
that
of
dance.
which, how's yours?
Ned, come on.
Yeah, 1 second.
1
Sounds
second.
like you are having fun.
Ha!
You know, standard fare. Nothing too crazy.
Nothing
I
too
miss
crazy.
You, Nance.
I miss you,
Hey, give it back.
too.
Nancy, I'll call you later.
Call you later, Nancy.
Well, that was...
That was, yeah, dump him, dump him, dump him. Oh my god, I just live for the Nancy and Ned relationship drama, because they're both, like, I love Nancy. I don't love Ned, but they're kind of both boring people, and by boring I kind of mean non-confrontational, kind of. Ned is just boring. So you don't expect them to have drama like this. So when it does happen, it's even more exciting. At least that's my take on it. Okay. Oh, there she is. We're going, baby. Can I drive? Uh-oh. Wonder if we'll hear the person whose voice lines were recorded in a Pringles can.
Visitors! By now you know the story of the witches of Salem. Those poor souls were caught in a time of fear and greed, and they paid the price. They may have died, but witchcraft lives on in Salem.
Oh, this should be
Ew.
The world would have you believe witches.
I used to have a streak in my hair like that when I was 12.
About old, ugly women who curse their neighbors and fly on broomsticks. The truth is, witches are real.
And they're hot as fuck.
Always been real. They are alive and well. They are powerful, carrying the secrets of the world beyond the one we see. Ritual.
Okay, you know she was one of those dance kids.
Most exist now
Maybe even a
only
theater
in
kid. I
Salem.
might go so far as to
They may
assume
be
that.
hiding among you even now.
Oh my god, oh my
It is
god.
said that in Salem,
I wanted to look around, but of
witches
course I
set
can't look around to see if there's any witches among
set
me.
on revenge for the deaths of the Salem witches. Their ritual, one midnight on Halloween, unleashed the angry spirits of the past.
So cool.
Did someone say how did she do that?
Now, if any of you are
For
interested
goodness
in the real
sake.
history of the witches,
It's not like she made herself vanish or something. She threw up a cloud of blue smoke.
perhaps you too will see one of the restless dead.
That looked a little familiar. Yeah.
Magic she's using.
thief? There was a thief? What were you doing there?
Visiting a spooky old castle. You'd have liked it.
Oh,
Regularly fly to Europe for investigations?
you'd have liked it.
And if you want to learn about being
Oh,
a
me, pick me.
Uh-oh, here comes trouble.
Me? Never. Well, nothing too
Well,
Did you know
well.
that in the Malleus Maleficarum, ginger hair was the sign of a witch?
Excuse me, I don't have ginger hair. It's
I'm not
Tishan.
nearly as talented as you are.
Aw, shucks. You're making me blush. Oh, there it is. Now I'm turning red.
Definitely gay. Definitely gay. Which is just like a metaphor for gay, for lesbians.
A true witch
For
is not
sapphic
made with
women.
pieces of paper. She is born to it and will
Oh my
feel
god, it totally feels
Bureaucracy
like a metaphor for
we don't need
lesbianism.
permission. We don't live by the rules.
Oh my god.
Anyway, what can I help
This
you
is
with?
blowing my mind. This game is just all about this game is made for lesbians. Witchcraft is a metaphor for lesbianism. Nancy and Deirdre have an enemies to lovers lesbian relationship. I'm cracking this game wide open. This is my intense critical analysis that will change your mind about Midnight in Salem. I don't want to ask all these questions.
Perform that trick.
A witch never reveals her secrets. It's against the witch
The witch code.
Code? I thought
Yeah, they literally said we don't
Rules
live
for
by the
first-years.
rules.
Although, if you take my self-guided tour, I promise you will learn at least one secret about being a witch.
Do you really believe some modern witch coven unleashed ghosts on Salem?
About 8 years back, there were rumors of a coven that they performed a
I wonder if they're the
ritual
same
to return
coven
dead
that's in
witches
that
to
picture I
Salem,
found with the
seek out
big
their
words at the
revenge
bottom saying
before the witches
coven.
moved on.
Is there any evidence of such a
Oh,
coven?
Nancy, you have evidence of such a coven in your pocket, honey.
Salem is now considered the most haunted place in the country.
My goodness.
You think it's a coincidence that the former home of the Hathorns was set on fire?
How else could the fire have started?
I heard there was not a single.
I might have to change the, adjust the volume, because I feel like the voices are a lot lower than the music.
Two equal parts.
Just another reason to hate on this game.
The light
I don't want to be unfair about it. I especially, like, I feel like some people are really harsh on this game and her interactive. Like, I don't want to see her interactive shut down for good. I want to see them continue to make games. I think this was a really interesting experiment and a good way to, like, branch out and, like, learn new things. Like, I think if they made, like, a combination between this game and, like, the previous games, like, you know, cherry-picked the best elements for both, I think they could be making amazing games again. And I really want them to. I think the fans have been so horrible to them. And, like, I mean, fair enough that you were really disappointed by this game after all the suspense and the delays. It's like, I don't know if you hate on this game and then you also want Her Interactive to make more, like, just, I don't know. I guess it feels like worse to me knowing that they're, like, a small, independent company. And not like a big corporation. Like, you know, hate on EA all you like. I am totally fine with that, but hating on Her Interactive feels a little more cruel because they are so small. And, like, I think they're trying their best. I honestly believe that. I feel like they wanted to try to do something new and interesting, and maybe it didn't quite work, but, like, you know, props for them for taking risks, even if they, like I say, didn't work. Okay, what do we want to do now, Deirdre? I guess we could talk to people. I want to find that protester who has the iconic line. Oh god, these controls! Driving me batty already.
Why are there protesters in a small town like this?
There it is!
Why are there protesters in a small town like this?
Okay, Deirdre, let's talk.
Is over there, across the square. That's where we can get the Real Witches tour tickets.
Are we going on a date, Deirdre?
If we want to go see him first, dive into the case, I think we should head right for the judge.
Okay, Deirdre, I'm gonna take your advice. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
And then we can go on our date.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I would love to go on a date on a self-guided witch hunter, not witch hunter, witch trials historical tour. That would be so cool. If I remember, oh, let's try to read the sign. Yeah, the judge is this way. I shouldn't even have tried. It's just.
What are you doing?
He's a judge, Deirdre. He's not gonna bite. Hello? Judge Danforth.
Yeah. Hello.
Why did?
Ted? Is that
Does
you?
he have a hearing problem?
Ted?
No, Your Honor. My name is Nancy Drew. I think you've spoken with my father.
Nancy Drew? Carson's daughter?
Yes. And I'm with my friend Deirdre Shannon. We're investigating the arson of the Hathorn house.
Ah.
Why do we have to shout through the door like this?
Well, you see, no, I mean, I'd let you in, but I.
Oh,
seem to
right.
have been
I
locked
right. I
in my
forgot this
office
plot
and
point.
I need some help getting out.
Do you know where I could
Because I don't want to shout too much through the door. I'm gonna wait to ask him the
a
lot of other questions after we get through to him.
She's just down the hall. I hope she's still here.
Okay. I think she's the one through here.
Yes, can I help you?
Hi.
Your
sorry
boss
to
is
see you at
locked
this
in
hour.
his
We're here to meet
office.
with Judge Danforth, and he seems to be locked inside his office.
He said
Typical
you might have a
boomer.
key.
Sorry, I gave him my spare. Unbelievable. Does this ever end?
Oh. Well then, do you have a paperclip?
Yeah. And if you don't mind me asking, what business do you two have with the judge?
We're helping the judge with a case.
Anything I can assist you with?
Thanks,
What business
but
do
I
you
think
have
that's it.
asking me about my
He's a lawyer.
business?
At least, not yet.
The diploma gave me away, huh?
I can't read any of those diplomas from here. Do you think Nancy needs glasses for, like,
Just say I know
distance?
the type of reader.
Like, look at this.
Nancy Drew, you really are your father's daughter. It's nice to finally meet you.
Yeah, I have no idea who you are. So I
If you
wish
need
I
any
could say the
assistance
same.
Or more paper clips, feel free to ask.
Judge Danforth? I could.
What? Alicia said she'd keep a copy for me.
Well, I did find a paperclip. I think I can pick your lock, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, sure, fine.
It's locked. Oh, God.
This shouldn't be too much of a challenge.
Hold to drag pin. Feel for the pin that gives resistance. That's the same control. Release when the pin. Everything's the same. I don't want. What do you want from me? The music is too dramatic. Stop. This one gives resistance. Yeah, it's gotta be this one, but it won't let me put it into place. I don't understand. I love how they try to give instructions, but they're so unclear that I have no, it's not even like that hard a puzzle, I don't think. Am I gonna be after looking up a walkthrough for fucking Midnight in Salem? Here we go. Let's go, game boomers. Oh, apparently the labyrinth is exactly the same in Senior Detective. Good. It's not telling me how to do this puzzle! They just completely skipped over it. Wow, Game Boomer is letting me down today. Oh, there isn't a universal hint system for Midnight in Salem. Okay, game facts. Please help. Find the heavy one, most resistance. You want to move it up. Well, I've been pushing it up, but it doesn't work. Okay, so I've got to wait till it makes the noise. That was so unclear. Please, you fuck. Fuck! I'm so angry right now. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm not giving it the benefit of the doubt anymore. Midnight in Salem is just as bad as people think. This is a classic Nancy Drew puzzle, just with really bad controls. God, give me strength. No wonder Nancy turned religious for this game. She needed all the help she could get. Please. God, I don't believe in you. But if you're gonna help a poor sinner out, help me out now. Thank you, God.
Efficient.
There you go,
How did you
folks.
learn to do that,
God
actually?
even loves the unbelievers.
Someday you have to tell me about your secret life of breaking and entering, Drew. Because you're in danger of being cool. Which, honestly, I just don't like.
Someday.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Methinks the lady doth protest too much. Also, someday we're gonna have to sit down and talk about breaking and entering with each other. Are you inviting me on a date, Deirdre? We're gonna talk about our deep, dark fears late into the night. Oh! How did she get here?
Those protesters are out there again, stirring the pot.
What are they making? Macaroni? Oh, the Campbell's Soup can, it all ties together.
I have no doubt one of those
Stirring the pot of Campbell's Soup.
Now, Nancy.
God, I hate this man.
Oh, sorry. I'm not Nancy.
How can you not?
You look nothing like Carson. Did your father ever tell you about the time we won 4th place at the Lake Winnipesaukee Regatta? You see, at the time I had 20/10 vision, so I was the navigator and...
Judge, this is Deirdre.
Of course they took place in a regatta. How white money nonsense is that?
Breakdown?
Your Honor, that's an exaggeration. I was knocking.
I mean, honestly, you seem to need someone to break down your door, then you wouldn't get locked in here. Deirdre's just trying to help you out.
You know, investigating during your free time.
Well, we just used
Is he
our
judging
free
us?
time to unlock your door. So I'm sure you'll be willing to repay us with some answers to our questions.
Or cold hard cash would be nice.
Yes, of course. What can I help you girls with?
Can you explain to us how you're involved with the Hathorn House?
Well, yeah.
I don't like the head bob in this game either. Head bob in games often makes me sick. I learned this when playing Layers of Fear, especially since I got a new monitor and it's quite big, quite a lot bigger than the one I had before. And I was playing it and I was like, oh my god, I feel so nauseous all of a sudden. And it was because of the head bob. I don't think there's even an option to turn it off, which is unfortunate. So if I start feeling sick, guess the video's ending early.
Left to fall into considerable disrepair. She was alone.
Like, I don't know why they put effort into making head bob. Like, put effort into, you know, cleaning up the other things. We didn't ask for a head bob. We didn't want a head bob. We don't need a head bob. It doesn't add anything except extra likelihood for me to feel sick while playing the game. I'm not paying attention. I don't... I could not care less about this narrative right now. The only narrative I care about, I don't know if you noticed, but the only narrative I care about is the relationship between Nancy and Deirdre. That's what I'm here for. It's keeping me, it's getting me through the game.
We'd like to speak with her all the same.
She still lives on the estate, although for how much longer we do not know. You can also find her in her shop, Luminous Infusions. She might be willing to talk to you.
I was told that the burning of Hathorn House is suspected.
Look at the way Deirdre looks at Nancy.
How did the police come
Get
to
someone
that
who looks at you the way Deirdre Shannon looks at Nancy Drew.
Solvent residue on burnt embers, suggesting someone deliberately used an accelerant.
Oh, just like an alibi and asses. Are you sure Nancy didn't burn down the house?
And what evidence do you have that May Perry is the one
I
responsible?
feel like there are a lot of,
Evidence?
you can make comparisons
Have you
between this
ever
game
heard
and
of
previous games, and I
recidivism?
think Alibi and
3 out of
Ashes
4
is one of them.
criminals
There's
in the
like a
United
lot more that
States are
you
repeat
end up
offenders.
doing in Alibi and
And there's only one
Ashes.
person,
Like,
and all
you
the
know, when you
same.
actually have to find
There's
all
a
the
history of
accelerants and like
fire-related
analyze them.
crime.
There's nothing like that kind of investigating in this game that I remember. Maybe I'll be proved wrong. Like I say, I haven't played it since I originally did, and my memory isn't so good.
Is that what she said?
No.
Oh, Deirdre's passionate. Do you see her clench her little
She has a
fists?
history with this sort of thing.
What's May's motive? What does she gain by burning down the Hathorn House?
Oh, look
You
at
have
this
to ask
dream
her.
team right
And
now.
while you're at it, you can ask about her alibi.
Her
She
alibi in
refused to give to the
Ashes?
police. So, any other
Oh,
questions?
I hate him so much. Also, do you have a cold? Your nose is a little pink. Maybe he's just getting into e-girl blush. He doesn't strike me as the type, but maybe he has hidden depths. You know what? I don't
It's
care.
true. Before you go, there is something
Are
else
you
I
fucking
need to
kidding me
know.
right now, sir?
You're not locked out of your car, are you?
Oh no. There was an incident here recently. Someone broke into the evidence room.
Oh. Have you called the police?
Well, no, not yet. I don't think anything was taken. Never mind. I'll call the police. Thank you for your time.
Okay, interesting.